Hey, how y'all doing today? Ready for another episode of Wednesday Word? So today I want to share with y'all part of my memoir that I have been working on. And this is part of chapter 5 entitled Never Give Up. I had never failed a class in my life until I did. Not just one class, but enough to be dismissed from college. At 19 years old, as a first generation Black woman, everything I thought I knew about myself began to unravel. I had always been a good student. I graduated high school in the top 10% of my class. School was the place where I succeeded, the place where I felt smart, the place where teachers praised me, the place where I believed my future lived. And suddenly, that place rejected me. I began to question my intellect. I began to question my worth. I began to wonder if I truly belonged. What I did not understand then was this: I was not lacking intelligence, I was lacking understanding. I did not yet know how to navigate the expectations of college. I did not understand the academic language or culture. I did not know how to translate what I knew into what was being asked of me. And no one taught me how because no one around me had gone before me. I was the first. College was supposed to be the dream. That is how many of us were raised to see it. Go to college, work hard, get an education, make a better life. Education was spoken of in my family, my church, and my community as a pathway to choice, dignity, stability, financial security, and freedom. When I arrived on campus, I was carrying more than suitcases. I was carrying my family's hope. I carried sacrifice. I carried prayers. I carried pressure. I was attending a predominantly white college in Ohio, far from the neighborhoods and women who had raised me. I wanted to make everybody proud. I wanted to prove I belonged there. My first semester as a potential architectural engineering student, I was advised to take chemistry, calculus, English composition, and Spanish. I came in believing I would earn a 3.0. Instead, I struggled in every class. In chemistry, I met with the professor often. He even found me a tutor. But after failing my second exam, he advised me to withdraw. Take the W, he said. Try again later. I refused. I had never failed a class before. I believed determination alone would save me. It did not. I was in denial. Even Spanish, a subject I had done well in during high school, became difficult. I remember wondering who told me to take an 8 a.m. class at 18 years old with no mama to wake me up or make sure I got moving. The only class I was surviving with some dignity was English composition. I was proud to be there. I had tested into the higher section. Writing had always felt like possibility to me. Words had always felt like home. Then one day, the professor handed back one of my essays. His comments were written in red ink. He wrote, "You write like an elementary school student, not a college student. How did you get into college?" I can still feel that moment. I sat there frozen, ashamed, humiliated, small, as if the whole world could hear what had been written, as if the page itself had exposed me. I wanted to cry. I wanted to scream. I wanted to ask, tell me what you want. Tell me how to improve. Tell me why I'm not enough here. Instead, I said nothing. And for the rest of that semester, I became quieter. Sometimes people think failure arrives like thunder. Sometimes it comes softly. Confidence leaves first, then voice, then belief. By the end of that semester, I had earned less than a 2.0 GPA and was placed on academic probation. Spring semester did not go much better. I was trying. That is important for me to say. I was trying. But trying and understanding are not always the same thing. I did not understand what professors wanted in papers. I did not understand how to study for certain kinds of exams, and I did not understand how to ask the so-called right questions. And eventually, a letter came. I had failed to maintain the required GPA, and I was dismissed for academic reasons. I was devastated. I had always been a good student. School had been the one place where I felt certain of myself. Now, even that certainty was gone. I began to doubt my intellect. I began to question my identity. I began to wonder whether I truly belonged anywhere. I was too ashamed to tell people the truth. When classmates asked, I said I needed to raise money and was taking time off. Shame is a heavy thing. It will have you lying while already wounded. For about 2 weeks, I cried, hid, and felt sorry for myself. Then I turned to my older sister, NJ. She listened. She let me cry. She did not rush me. She did not shame me. She reminded me who I was when I had forgotten. She reminded me of the victories I could no longer see. She prayed with me, and then she did something even more powerful. She helped me make a plan. There's a difference between sympathy and love. Sympathy watches suffering. Love sits beside you in it. Love wipes your tears. Love helps you rise. NJ loved me like that. Together, we contacted an admissions counselor from the college who had worked with me before. He offered a path back. Enroll somewhere else, he said. Prove you can do college level work. Rebuild your confidence, NJ said. And they both said, then reapply. So instead of giving up, I enrolled in Cuyahoga Community College, or for us Clevelanders, Tri-C. And there, something changed. I met with advisors who seemed to care. I used tutors. I attended office hours. I asked questions. I learned that needing help was not a weakness. I learned that support was not charity. I learned that systems felt different when people expected you to succeed. And I earned A's. Those grades meant more than numbers. They gave me back something I thought I had lost: confidence, clarity, belief. I realized I was never incapable. I simply had not yet been taught how to navigate that environment. There is the difference, and that difference can change a life. I returned to the College of Wooster. This time, I approached everything differently. I worked relentlessly. I took summer classes. I carried heavier course loads during the academic year, and I was determined not only to return, but to finish. And in May of 1989, I graduated with my incoming class. Looking back now, after decades working in higher education, I understand something I did not know at 19. Students do not fail because they are incapable. Many struggle because they are navigating systems no one taught them how to move through. And when they receive support, mentorship, and belonging, everything can change. Those years between 18 and 22 were some of the hardest years of my young life, but they taught me something I carry with me still. Never give up. Stand your ground. Believe in yourself more than your circumstances. Trust God. Trust your destiny. Because if I had given up then, I would not be Dr. Wheeler now. Failure did not define me. It prepared me. Thank you for listening. Hope this was inspirational. I hope this helped you. If you like it, please like the video. If you feel inclined, please share. Be blessed and be a blessing.